What do you do when old people hate fishing? You get on the pond before they wake up. That's what I'm doing today. I got kicked off all the ponds yesterday, so I'm gonna give her one last college try with the big swim bait. Got one on the big swim bait. Not a very big fish, but got him on that big rattler. All right, first fish of the day. Got to be careful because these hooks are so sharp. He did not want that gizzard shad anywhere near him. All right, it's a great start. We've only been fishing for like 2 minutes now. Everyone is still asleep. Co-op pond mission is a success so far. Decent fish, all right. We're staying quiet. We're staying in the edge of the pond, not to walk on people's yards, because the country club owns the seawall. Oh, this swim bait is so fun and addicting, especially in small ponds like this. Oh. I mean, just look at that wake, that S wave. So money. Oh, there's one. Got another one. See, small bass will hit the big swim baits too. This fish was, I mean, they got big appetites. I'm not sure if there's shad in this pond, but there's bluegill all over it. These fish eat fish this size all the time. Okay, it's only been 5 minutes. I've basically been steady walking down this stretch here because the best part of the pond is over there, and I want to be at the best part when I'm fishing, because if I'm going to get kicked out, I'm going to get kicked out swinging. I'm not going to pull a move like I did yesterday when I got kicked out fishing the not so good ponds. This is the best pond. If I'm going to get kicked out, I'm going to be kicking. If I'm going to get kicked out, I'm going to be fishing the best pond and the best stretch with a big swim bait swinging for a 10-pounder. See, this is why I wanted. Sandhill cranes are interrupting me. See, this is why I wanted to come back and fish this place. There's so many amazing memories for myself here. One time, I had to be 12, 13 years old. Me and my dad stood right there in those wooden planks, cast it out in the middle there, and caught like, it had to be at least 6 or 7 fish from like 5 to 6 pounds on Zara spooks in the middle of March on spring break. And for me, like when I was 12, 13, I hadn't done a ton of fishing. That was like as good as fishing could possibly get to me at like 12 or 13. Like Florida golf course ponds, catching big bass on top water. Now that was probably 9 years ago, but there's still some big fish in here and some sandhill cranes evidently. Now I don't exactly know what stage of the spawn this pond is in. I think it's like all pre-spawn because all the other ponds I've seen are full of beds. And I've only seen but one bed on this pond. It did have a male guarding it, but I was expecting to see a bunch of beds, maybe some females on beds. I'm not seeing any of that. So all I'm left to do is cast this big swim bait over the weeds in the middle and hope big oh my God. Okay, there's a 5-6 pounder that just chased us in. Oh, come on, eat it. Nah, he doesn't want it. He half-ass chased it. Okay, well, there's a big fish. Okay, there's still big fish in this pond. All right, I've pretty much fished this entire shoreline on the pond with the swim bait. I'm not going to go to the other shoreline. I'm not going to push it. But I've only gotten those 2 fish on this swim bait. I know this is the money spot. I know this is the only deep hole of the pond. There's a big gator in the middle of the hole right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but hopefully he doesn't give me any other problems. But since I know this is the honey hole, I'm going to switch up from the big swim bait for about 5-10 minutes, see if I can pull something out with a worm or spinner bait. Go a little conventional because this is like kind of a home run hit, and I know there's a bunch of fish right here. I haven't taken off my swim bait yet, but there's the gator. Buddy's 8 feet long. That's a big gator. He's looking at me too. He knows I'm here. That's the king of the pond. He doesn't like other people here. Gators in Florida ponds like this, they are never an issue until you catch a fish and then they try to eat the fish. That's the only thing you have to look out for alligators. Like he's not gonna attack me. If I catch a fish, he's gonna try to eat the fish. You know what? He looks like one of the aggressive ones. I'm gonna move over here. See you, bud. That's why these people install these seawalls, because they can't climb up them. They can't get on the yards. Those yards over there, they can walk on those yards. That is a big, mean alligator. As you guys can see, he's pretty close. There's one. First cast. Is it big? Oh, it's pretty damn big. First cast with the worm. Oh, it's pretty big. Come on, get out of there, get out of there. The gator's coming. Gator's coming. All right. Excellent move to switch up to the worm. Not a huge one, but that's what I figured. All these bass are just kind of sitting out deep. I think this is a female with that little bulge that hasn't spawned yet. And what do you know? Look who arrived. This is all the stuff I got in my Mr. Tackle Box Pro for this month. It's just one of their little Biospawn Exo sticks. Put a spinner on the back, because why not? Decent little pond bass. It's getting close to be a 4-pounder. Gator wanted to eat it. You should have smacked the swim bait. That would have been way more epic. Yeah, see, this guy's getting confident. I'm more worried about him than old homeowners that don't want me fishing. I can deal with old homeowners that don't want me fishing. If this guy doesn't want me fishing, well, look at him. I know they're not just gonna jump up and bite me, but they make me nervous being so close. This guy is aggressive. Usually pond gators are a little nervous. That guy is not nervous. There's gotta be a big one sitting out here. I caught so many big fish in this pond when I was a kid and didn't know what the hell I was doing. Now I'd like to think I got a little better. Now this entire pond used to be chock full of weeds like eelgrass and, oh, this is a good one. I don't know, he's in the weeds. Nope, not a good one. He immediately buried in the weeds. Let me be quiet so I don't wake up Buddy over there. No, but this entire pond used to be like 5 to 7 feet of like chalked up eelgrass and hydrilla, so it was perfect habitat. And then this bowl was just a 10 feet sand hole, and all the big bass would just party in there and pre and post spawn. Let me get a good look at this guy and see if he's actually like the 8-foot gator I think he is, or just like a 6-7 footer. Oh yeah, no, that's an 8-footer. Yeah, that's a big boss. Don't mind me. I'm just fishing. His head's there and his tail is past the reed edge. My dad actually, when I was a kid, he caught a gator on a spinnerbait before. And my dad and my grandpa got the thing on shore, threw a towel over its head so it wouldn't be scared or anything like that, taped its mouth closed so it couldn't bite, because gators don't have strong opening jaw power at all. They have super strong closing power. But if you duct tape their nose shut, they can't really open it. So they duct taped his nose shut, got the spinnerbait out, cut the duct tape, and then threw the towel off, and the gator ran in the pond. Now I will say it was not an 8-foot gator. It was a 4-foot gator, a lot more manageable of a gator, a lot more timid. The big ones are different. The big ones, they would bite you, I believe. I'm about to switch ponds and keep throwing that big swim bait, but I'm gonna test my bed fishing skills here real quick. There's a bed in like 5 foot of water. It looks like at least a 3-pounder that's on it. Who's coming to join the party? It's Mr. Gate. There he is. He got pissed. Finally caught the bedfish on the fall. Skater wants it. I cannot believe how deep that bedfish took it. Look at that, he's got it all the way in there. I will let you go back to your bed. I think that's the bedfish. No, that's not. That fish is still on his bed. This is a totally different one. Interesting. That gator's trying to be slick and went under the water. All right, I am done messing around with these smaller fish and this worm. I'm gonna go switch ponds and keep chucking that big swim bait. All right, we're going back to the big pond behind my grandparents' house, but I don't think I ever gave you guys a good look at this swim bait in the sun. Look at that, she looks so sexy. There's Buddy Jack's initials right there. This pond is one of those ponds that doesn't really have giants in it. It's kind of stunted, meaning there's a lot of bass in here from like 1 to 3 pounds. The water is really clear though, so it should be a good swim bait pond. Now the coolest part about this swim bait, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys, I can only have one hand, but when you pop it, there it is. It turns all the way around. That way if a bass is following it but doesn't want to commit, it's swimming along, you pop it, Swimbait turns around and faces them, bass just munches it because they like to eat their prey head first. So when the swimbait turns and points his head at the fish, game over usually. It's just so cash money. Turns all the way around. Keep swimming. Jack, you made a good one. This was the first swimbait he has ever made. All right, haven't talked to you guys in a while. Haven't given you many updates. Basically what the gist is that the pond bite around there kind of pretty much died. Those ponds, even though I can't really fish them, are pretty much private. They're kind of washed up anyway. They're not in their prime. So for the last couple hours, I've been doing some recon, some research for the video tomorrow. And I just rolled up to this pond, and these two kids who you guys are about to meet, they're launching their boat, and they actually invited me to go fishing with them for like the next half hour, 45 minutes. So super random. I don't have a ton of time because it's right before dinner, but about to hop in the boat with them. Here we got the rig. Here's Ben and Josh. You said you were filming for like a YouTube channel too or something, right?
But probably not right now. This is a little crazy. But
yeah, this was like literally as random as me walking the banks, and then they were saying like, hey, you have a YouTube channel, don't you? So yeah, this is probably the most random fishing trip I'm ever gonna take in my life. And they've been biting, right?
Yeah, they've been pretty good, so should be all right.
Sick. Well, hopefully I can catch just one. It's been kind of a tough day because I've been committing to that swim bait. We're just gonna get out there. I guess you got a swim jig tied on.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna grab my rod and we're gonna go catch them. So they're both starting with swim jigs. This is like the craziest little fishing trip of my entire life. I can't reiterate that enough. You guys that watch these YouTube videos are just so awesome.
He waked on that fish.
Dude, when you set the hook, I thought it was bigger.
That was hilarious. He waked across the whole thing.
No. Nice first fish.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh my gosh. That was like a 4-pounder. I'm not even.
Dude, I think it was bigger than that.
I literally. That was dope. I say keep flipping.
Dude, no. We had a horrible hook set.
That was.
Yeah, the hook never came out. That's my problem. Dude, I'm shaking a little bit. I love flipping so much. These guys are not just nice enough that they're taking me out on their boat. They're also letting me use one of their rods because I have 12-pound fluoro. Guys suck. That was a big fish.
That one was big.
I don't know like how big it was, but
I didn't get to see it.
I never saw it. I just felt it dogging me like really bad.
Oh, I saw it right at my feet, swim under the pad, and I'm watching it like, okay, is he gonna keep it on? And I'm getting ready to go.
No, he's not. He didn't set the hook at all.
It looked a lot bigger.
Another little 2-pounder. So this is a mud mat. This is a Florida thing, and it's like 5 feet deep right here, but it's just mud on the surface.
Yeah, that's our little pocket. There's about. All that happens is grab ton of them. Like, if you pull there's out. Air bubbles that'll get in it, and then over time it just floats and it pulls up all the pad roots at the same time.
So.
And it all comes up to the surface.
So I can punch it, right? Here we go.
No, it's about impossible.
Oh.
It disappears.
Yeah, that's really gross actually.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Well, it's going to be about sunset. We've caught, how many fish have we caught?
Got 5 in the well.
5, and I have had 1 bite, and you guys know what happened there. Big old classic swing and a miss. Don't think we can fish for too much longer. Probably like 5-10 minutes much longer, but it's been a good night. We got on some fish. Oh, we had plenty of chances. We even had a kicker chance too, but somebody screwed that up. Come on, Josh. Oh. Super dusty of me to do this outro in the airport, but I had to leave so quick that day of fishing because I had to go meet my grandparents at dinner, so never got to film this outro. I just never got around to it. Now that day of fishing was just absolutely insane. The golf course ponds, you know, we found out that even though they were private to fish, they weren't worth fishing anyway. We only caught that 1 decent fish that was on a worm. We caught a couple on the swim bait, then I lost that huge one flipping later in the day on that awesome pond. Definitely check out their YouTube channel. Also, I'll leave that link down below because that was like the craziest, most random experience I think I've ever had in my life. You guys that watch these videos are fans of the channel and just YouTube fishing in general are just so awesome. This community never ceases to amaze me. Now, as you can see, I'm in the airport right now. Unfortunately, I'm leaving Florida, but do not fret. There are 3 more videos to come from this trip. I'm just really backed up on edits right now. Usually you guys know that I film and then post it the next day, but I'm like 3 or 4 days backed up right now. So 3 more awesome videos to come from this epic Florida trip. Stay tuned.